The last critical part in a fingerprinting system is the fingerprint matching between the content of the database and the RSSI sample from the mobile device. So the definition of the RSSI sample matching in fingerprinting positioning systems is the process by which a fingerprinted location in the database is selected to approximate the mobile device location. The selection is based on an estimate of the similarity between a fingerprint RSSI sample in the database and the RSSI sample associated to the mobile device that we want to locate. These matching can be either deterministic or probabilistic. For deterministic matching, the same input will always output the same result. It is usually based on single value of fingerprints and rarely uses tracking within the positioning calculation. It is usually light in terms of calculation, and it may provide a lower accuracy than the probabilistic matching. For probabilistic matching, an input can give several outputs given the instant and the context in which it was input. It usually relies on multi-values fingerprints and usually on random distributions. It usually integrates tracking inside the positioning calculation, which gives a lot of probabilistic behavior. And the algorithms are more complex than the deterministic matching. Results are expected to be better than those of deterministic matching. So first is the most simple deterministic matching, which is the closest in RSSI space. The idea is to compute the RSSI space distance, which is the Euclidean distance between two RSSI vectors, so on n values, such as given here. D is the square root of the sum of the quadratic differences between the RSSI of the sample and the RSSI of the corresponding access point for the fingerprint. Which means that if a distance is short, then both RSSI samples are similar because all of their pair of RSSI values for each access point are close. So we check the distance between the device RSSI sample and each fingerprint inside the database, and we choose the closest one, which means the one whose distance is the smallest. The device location is then the fingerprint location. There might be ambiguous locations given the topology and the number of access points. These ambiguous locations, they are close in RSSI space but far away in the geographical space. Then to disambiguate the locations, we can use the mobility of the device, which has a limited speed, and we observe its movements by tracking the past locations. And then we consider speed and eliminate the points which are not likely to be reached from one iteration to the next one in the positioning. To use the tracking information and find the most likely path of the mobile device, we also can use the Viterbi-like algorithm. So how does it work? On each iteration, which means each positioning request, instead of choosing only the closest point in the fingerprint database, we will search for the k closest points in this fingerprint database. Then, when we have n sets available, so we received n positioning requests, and we have n sets of k points, we test all paths through every set. So each path must have only one point and at least one point in each set. We compute the distance of each path and we select the shortest path as being the most likely path of the mobile device, whose first point we select as the location of the device. So this means we have n iterations of delay, so we are n iterations late to give the location of the device, but it's more precise. In the basic algorithm, there is no topology, so the user can be considered as crossing walls, we can say. So this could be improved. We also have a closest in RSI space variant, so instead of only using one closest point, we use several closest points, and we compute a weighted average of the coordinates. So the formula is here. You have all the points selected, so it might be 3, 4, maybe 5, but not too many points. The weight is the inverse of the distance in the RSSI space. So the closer from the point from the RSSI value, the higher the weight, plus 1 epsilon, which avoid dividing by 0, on the sum of the weights. So how does it work? You get the device RSI sample, you select k, which is a parameter fingerprints closest to the device, and then you use this formula on the k points. You also can use Bayesian inference, so it is based again on the Bayes formula, which states that the probability of being at location L given observation O is equal to the probability to observe the observation O, so your RSI sample for the device, given that you're at location L, multiplied by the probability to be at location L, which is an a priori probability that you can define as being the same for each point or to be related to the current location of the device, on the probability to observe O without taking into account any location. And the probability to observe the O given that you're in location L will be defined by histograms or Gaussian laws, for instance. And to choose a point, you choose the location in the fingerprint database which maximizes the probability of being at location L given the observation O, so the measurements of the mobile device. You also can push this Bayesian model a bit further with the hidden Markov models, which is a double stochastic model in which the observations are mapped on locations given a probability distribution, and the transitions between the states, so the transitions between the locations, are given a second probability distribution. And you will use the past RSI samples to find the maximum likelihood path through the model, which also result on a Viterbi-like algorithm. where the end of the path is the mobile device location. Hidden Markov models are also used in speech recognition to get from the processed signal to the words. We also have a solution with the Kullback-Leibler model, which was proposed by Piotr Marusski in 2011. It addresses non-Gaussian RSI distributions, which can be common in indoors environments. In this case, we have histograms with bins determined with occurrences of each integer value of the RSSI. And we use the symmetrized Kullback-Leibler divergence, so you can have more information in this reference, which states that the value k for p and q, which are distributions for two locations, is equal to the exponential value of minus alpha and the sum of the symmetrized Kullback-Leibler distance, which is the Kullback-Leibler value of the probability to be in the state j given to see values, RSI values Sj given you are in xy, and the second probability distribution to be in Sj RSI value given you're on the second location, and you have to minimize this divergence. The authors of this paper claim better results than Kalman filters or KNN-based algorithms. So, how to conclude about fingerprinting systems? They are highly accurate compared to propagation-based models. That's why we use this kind of system for the lab work. They also have a higher cost because you have to perform a lot of RSI measurements or to build a good simulation model to compute the fingerprint database. But they are more accurate.